It's just tea, but in an Airfix Spitfire mug. It's actually Moroccan spice with a slice of lemon. We're nothing if not cultured here. First thing I want to say, because some of you asked me to tell you, and that is that if you go into your local newsagent and you see well, certainly for the month of May, you see the latest edition of SAM, Scale Aircraft Modelling, you will see in the top right hand corner a familiar blue French racer, because this month my Quadrant Racer article has been published, so if you want to have a look at that, please go out and buy the magazine. And you'll see, because I've been kind of, obviously, with the SAM builds, I haven't been really showing you lots of them, because obviously they need to go out into the magazine first, and then I'll do a video to show you in detail the Quadrant Racer, as well as the Thunderbolt and the Nanchang, and I've actually got the P51A, or is it a B? Can't remember. Mustang, the one that's going to have the green wings and the aluminium body. It's another racer plane. This was the first one they gave me, but I don't know if you can see this. There must have been some warping going on with the fuselage, so it's been excuse me, it's been a bit of a struggle to say the least, but I am going to persist with it. And secondly, as the title of this video says, the PZL 23B Karash from Mirage Hobby, the 1/48 scale, for the ISM, International Scale Modeler group build, the 100 Years of Bombers group build, is completed. And here it is. I wanted to get it finished for this weekend, which is the 26th and 27th of April, just in case you're watching this further down the line, which is the start of the show season up here in Scotland, and it's the IPMS Scottish Nationals. It's a big 2-day event in Perth. Now, I'm not putting it into the competition or anything, but I just wanted it ready for the table, for the club table, as well as obviously getting it ready for the group build as well. Great fun this kit was actually, and as seems to be the case these days, I built it entirely out of box. I didn't add a single thing, not even the navigation lights, because they actually come with the kit. It did come with a reasonable sized photo etch fret and a little bag of resin. So there's plenty of little details added, like gun sights and things, which from the photo etch set. So that nice intricate little filigree detail. But as far as things like the cockpit was concerned, it was as detailed as you really need. I mean, I could have put some wiring in there, but I quite like the look of this one with its canopy closed. The canopy does come in 3 parts, of which there's 2 parts that kind of hinge and fold up. But I just thought I'd have them closed, so you can't see. Well, no, you can actually see. You can actually see right through it, because there's a glazed area underneath as well, and there's this open area at the back for the rear gunner. But I mean, it comes with obviously photo etched seat harnesses, and just quite a good level of detail for out of the box. Nice crisp moulding. Wasn't a lot of flash. The occasional bit where the tooling has slightly misaligned, especially on tubular things, that was a bit of. I think you get that with just about anything, I suppose. I didn't add anything to the engine. It was detailed. I had nice detail. I mean, I don't even know what the ignition harness looks like on one of these things anyway, so I just left as is. And thankfully Edward, because the canopy, I mean, as you can see, it's a fairly complex looking canopy, and of course you've got this little platform underneath which is glazed at the front and glazed at the back, and there's a couple of observation windows as well. So there's a lot of clear parts in this thing, and there's a lot of framework as well, and on the underside some very intricate framework. But thankfully Edward do a pre-cut mask set for this actual kit, so that was a godsend to say the least. And again, I'm employing this method of trying to paint the weathering as opposed to painting the kit and then applying the weathering by shading the different panels, not the panel lines, with multiple different colours. I mean, I had to mix up my own Polish khaki, which I'm not even sure if that's accurate, but I don't think it really matters because these things changed colour. You know, 5 minutes later it's a different colour than it was before. And so I just, as I say, when I primed it, I just dotted panels here and there, different colours, different intensities, and then just put this very, very thin coats, layer upon layer upon layer, and just built it up until I got exactly what I was looking for. You know, it's actually been a long time since I've done a camo aircraft, isn't it? Because the Thunderbolt was olive drab, the Polikarpov was all green, the Cauldron Racer is all blue. That little trainer was silver. When was the last time I did a camo? The Zeros, they were all one colour. I can't remember the last time I did a camo aircraft. Anyway, but yeah, would I recommend it? Yes, I would. It's a nice comprehensive little kit that builds into a rather unusual looking aircraft, to say the least. I quite like these things with the spatted wheels. It just gives them a wee bit of character, I think. Makes them look ungainly and clumsy. It's the kind of plane only its designer could love. And I kind of like that anyway. I mean, I'm a Land Rover fanatic, and I think they're the most attractive, beautiful vehicles on the roads. And I just love their boxiness. And this is kind of like the Polish World War II airborne equivalent of a Land Rover. And of course they've got these, you know, these European aircraft, always these sort of weird, like, parts on them. These glazed parts underneath, which I think is fantastic. I quite like these French bombers with all these weird things going on in them. The decals though were very, very thin, prone to cracking and breaking, and that wasn't helped by the fact that they were actually out of register as well. So I actually had to physically cut on the Polish squares. They were just next to the red corners. You would see the white just underneath them. The bat emblem on the side of the fuselage, you can see just a little bit of white under. I was going to try and figure out maybe cutting it like a mask and just spraying that, but at the end of the day, nobody probably would have noticed that until I pointed out. Where it is noticeable most of all is on the tail, on the top of the rudder, or on the top of the tail plane I should say. It has P23B, which should be in plain red text, but because it's obviously printed red on top of white and it's slightly out of register, it kind of gives it the text that kind of sort of embossed shadow effect, which actually doesn't look bad. It's kind of reminiscent of, you know, the Russians when they paint their whatever it is that they paint on the fuselages, or like the Sturmovik or the Polikarpov, and it kind of looks like that. So I just left it. The one that did sort of look a bit odd was on the wing root here. Presumably it was a no step, or don't step here, or do step here, I don't know, it was in Polish. And because again it was meant to be just plain red, but because the white was dislocated slightly, it looked a bit like a tabloid headline. But I've just heavily weathered over that. It's just down from a couple of you know, filler caps, so I've put a lot of, like, you know, fluid staining over it and whatnot, so it doesn't look too bad at all. But yeah, I must admit I really enjoyed that one. It's been sitting in the stash for about 1.5 years. And again, I was completely unfamiliar with Mirage Hobby, but I certainly wouldn't balk at trying them again. So that's me actually group build free at the moment. Although Aaron Newlands has his Matchbox group build, and as it just so happens, our club, because we have our theme nights, we have a Matchbox theme night coming up as well. So I've got a, I can't remember what it's called again. It's the Matchbox. Hang on, excuse me 1 second, whilst I have a peek in my stash. Is it there? Oh, typical, I can't see it now. Oh no, there it is. Hang on. Come on. Sky Servant, that's it. Matchbox Sky Servant. That one. This is one of these weird, pardon, excuse my ignorance, I don't know what language that is, whether it's Chinese or Korean or whatever, but it's an import version of Matchbox. Now, normally this would be white, orange and brown plastic, but it's actually white, red and brown, and if it's anything like the oh yeah, there are proper decals. That hill diver that I bought, remember that the project I had that I was going to try and build a matchbox kit, old school, no paint or anything, but try and make it with my current skill set. Well, it doesn't come with decals, it comes with rub-on transfers, but I mean, I have been managing to sort of get rid of seam lines and whatnot, but it's the wing fold thing which is more Fisher Price than it is Matchbox. Yeah, it's a wee bit sort of, I mean, clumsy to say the least, but it was good fun just sticking something together actually. Panel lines are just immense. So I kind of had the idea of maybe you know, doing one of these makeovers on this like I did with the Airfix Zero, but that'll be way down the line. I have no idea when I'm going to try that. So I'll probably have a go with the Sky Servant. I won't be doing it Matchbox style. I'll paint it up. I quite fancy doing that, the German one again, the Federal German Navy. So I'll do that one, and also because again some of you have asked, what's this, 11 minutes, oh jeez, my work in progress shelf, or my shelf of doom as it would be more appropriate calling, you know, the Hercules is up there, the Angel Interceptor's up there, but as I've been clearing the production line here, I have got this back down, the Edward Royal class Hellcat that I was working away furiously on, and came to a grinding halt when I got to the, go on, focus, I don't know if that's in focus because I can't even focus on the damn screen, the firewall, because I have to do a lot of drilling and lightning holes and whatnot. It's very difficult to actually drill and get them all nice and uniform, but I've got a punch and die set, which is kind of what I've been waiting for, so that'll allow me to get back on with this as well. So there we go. I won't bore you anymore because also my tea's getting cold, and this is going to be, oh, it's mostly lemon juice, which is good for you. Anyway, speak to you all soon. Toodaloo.